Ah. All right. Everybody, welcome. Another episode. What was it, Benji? Episode 18? 18.
Episode 17.
17. We're almost legal.
Yeah, almost legal.
Today we have a great episode, just like always. Title of today's episode, We Is the Victim.
We is the victim.
That's why I'm wearing my food shiesty, because if you guys see somebody at night with a food shiesty when it's 90 degrees outside, go ahead and use your common sense that a lot of people lack and say, hey, why is this person at 2 a.m. wearing a food shiesty? So, great episode, just like always. We have for a few segments, kind of try to figure out what the constant is going to be. I think we're hitting local news. Tried and true. First thing is going to be an altercation. This one's going to come to us close. When you close the little window.
Which one?
And let's see. First is going to be an altercation. Happened here in Austin. Very famous place. 888 restaurant. Everybody loves it. They feed a lot of people for pretty affordable prices. Then we're going to do local news. I think it's going to be a constant. Then we're going to talk about somebody that very popular, another streamer that's hot take. Not as good looking as me, because everybody knows I'm the best looking. Got the best gene, being Puerto Rican. I don't know if you guys knew, I'm Puerto Rican. Benji, go ahead and scroll down a little bit. Fourth segment on the segments. So I can see all the segment 4. And then it's just segment 4 is going to be feel good clip. We always like to end on a positive note. We have a couple of feel good clips. One of them is very dear to me. Something about me you guys didn't know before. I'm an avid golf player. Had to pay a lot of money for my trainer. And it was cheap compared to what he charges other people. But yeah, when you hang out with the best people of you can never be a victim because, you stay about your wits. So let's go ahead and get going, and I hope you enjoy this show. Today clip is going to be a photo of the gentleman first. We have this gentleman today. I'm going to put him on the screen here shortly. This gentleman decided he wanted to be a menace. It's some downloads up. There you go. This gentleman right here, as you can see, anybody that wears flip-flops with socks is definitely a menace. That should have been warning number 1. This gentleman decided that he wasn't happy about something. I have my own suspicion of what happened, but that's a big like sweat, or not sweats, but like what do they call, like jogging pants and like hoodies in summer when it's too hot, and it's because they came from their house of sitting around all day, and they decided they don't want to shower, change, probably not shower and change, because they're wearing the same garments, and then they go out to public. It's just easy to figure. I was like, yo, like, can you guys, you're out in public, come on.
It's the socks and sandals for me.
Bro, like, come on, what are you, a ninja, bro? You need your fingers to look like split? But anyways, anybody that's wearing flip-flops and socks and it's that big, you already know that person is a fashion menace. Has no sense of caring about what he looks like in front of people. Probably doesn't care about how he acts in front of people. So that leads us to our first clip. Before we play the clip, Benji, a little context. This gentleman, apparently he was out dining with his family. And we have a clip that describes exactly what I'm telling you from the news. He ends up, him and his family, paying for the meal. His family leaves. The gentleman goes in the bathroom. We don't know what happened in the bathroom. Can't really say anything because, of course, good thing they don't have cameras in the bathroom. That'd be weird. But 888 is a great place, and it's ridiculous. So apparently he comes out of the bathroom, and decent to scene events transpired. So this is right here. This clip is right here when the cops have... APD shows up very quick, guys. They don't play around, especially for a place like 888. Look, he's got the pepper. It's a pepper paintball gun. Oh, those are... And, of course, no altercation is a true altercation until you have some woman screaming for no reason in the background. Shout out to ATX Underground Official. They have pretty up to the note. So pause it. Next clip. Next clip. Don't play it yet. Just click on the link on the tab. There you go. This is from. Is this the one we're playing? Let's see. Let me start it. Start it for like 2 seconds.
Hey guys, it's Katie Pratt with Fox 7. More than $60,000 in damages,
good
an
clip.
arrest,
That's it.
and 30-plus hours of
That lady has such a
later,
great personality, though, for real. She has
restaurant
to.
is back in business. Now, the Southeast Austin restaurant was
Right.
forced to shut down after a man went on a rampage and destroyed the place.
Baron is a menace.
Staff has been cleaning the inside and making repairs ever since it happened on Sunday. We're told Baron Heinrich was eating dinner with his family. They paid, he went to the bathroom.
Extracurricular,
came out,
Benji? You think so?
something snapped. According to
Yo,
AP,
and you know
when
he's a menace.
officers
He's still
arrived,
wearing his
several people were
sunglasses. This
running
guy is
out of
wearing
the
flip-flops
restaurant
and
while
sunglasses
Heinrich
and,
was inside
and like
actively
just
destroying
casually
property. We're
toss it.
talking
Any guy that can pick up a
glassware,
table.
flipping
That's the bar
tables,
top,
and
I'm pretty
throwing
sure. He ripped the
furniture
bar
at
top off the bar.
Officers say he barricaded himself in the back office and refused to surrender. It took pepper
Jesus,
ball
bro.
rounds
Like,
to force him
I
out.
don't know what he was thinking if 888 was a course and it was
Witnesses
like
described
UFC
the
battle.
outburst as being unprovoked and
Absolutely
happening
insane.
seemingly out of nowhere.
Okay, so
You
that
can watch the
happened.
full story tonight on Fox 7 Austin.
They haven't really
Right now.
said. The guy hasn't given a statement. Doubt he will, but, you know. Okay, but then as the day progressed, this is the best clip. Man arrested in Austin. This is clip right now we're about to play. This was a wonderful bystander. Guys, take your phone out when somebody's acting a fool. Send it to me, IggyThaMan. Follow me on Rumble, Tinder. Funny. Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, all of them. I didn't mean anything by that, Sarah. But yeah, this is somebody that was smart enough, because this is what I would do. Just immediately take my phone out. And this is what transpired.
Get up, Zara. Get up. Grab your stuff.
Yo, this is wild.
Oh shit, I left my glasses.
I would have interviewed this guy, Benji, for sure.
It would have been an interesting interview for sure. Absolutely. This is like any time I take the bus.
Yo, you know what's funny? He didn't. The cooks, if those Mexicans that probably work in the kitchen, because there's always Mexicans or like Latinos,
Usually.
because we cook the best. If they would have came out ready with like those like dangerous chopping utensils they use, I don't think he would have acted like
Knives.
that. But no, hey, listen, to the establishment, they did the right way. They just let it go. To the establishment, they handled it the right way. Thank God people in Austin are smart, and they just moved on. Get away from that guy, man. Like, don't be a hero. You know, it's just things that can be replaced. He seems to not have targeted anyone. He just started tossing. Just like the title, don't be a victim, or we is a victim. If you want to be a victim, you can be a victim, but it's all about how you think. But yeah, man, when that happens, take your phone out, record. You never know if you might record something that's going to really like solidify the case. So right to privacy only pertains to your personal space and private environments. It doesn't pertain to public places. Like, so you can film, even in the airport, actually, you can film. But yeah, that's our idiot of the day, or go ahead.
They're back in business too, right?
Of course they are, bro.
That's awesome.
And Ted, we talked about this. You don't have to bend down like that. It's just you look a little uncomfortable when you bend down. You can just grab the mic. Grab it from the stem, though. I know. Soon we're gonna have Ted. We're gonna have a golf episode. He's gonna talk about training me and how he, had to break me down before he could build me back up. But Ted, don't you think? Ted, I need you on the mic. Grab it. Grab it like you want to talk, Ted. From the stem. From the stem. Okay, there you go. Cool. I wish, guys. Soon I'm gonna have a paywall. Soon we're gonna have members. I'm gonna charge. Hold on, I'm doing the math. 30 pesos a month, which is like $3. I don't know if I said. I don't know. It might be less. But you're gonna get to see the people that hang out in the back, which will be cool. So you get to put a name to the people that I reference to. But Ted, my question is: don't you think when that guy has to deal with being in Travis County, don't you think some of those people in Travis County are gonna not be too keen about the way he treated the place that they've had so many meals at?
I mean, I don't know anyone who would want to treat him well. Everyone loves that restaurant, first of all. And then the other thing is, like, he in the videos, he clearly looks like a psycho. That's pathetic. Like, screw you, man.
I don't know what happened in the bathroom. We have our own reservations, but, let your mind wander. I don't think that guy's ever going to admit what happened. But, yeah, crazy. Don't be like that. Don't be that guy, man. Like, that guy made people feel like victims, or they feel like, why are you going to ruin other people's time, bro? Like, come on, This is one real man step up. If there would have been, man, he's lucky because I've seen so many cops and state troopers in there all the time. Don't be that guy, guys. Don't be that guy, okay? Because that's the aggressor. Don't be the aggressor. Don't be the guy that everybody has to look down on, because he's going to have a hard time living that down. Even though if he's wearing that attire, he's probably not really looking for jobs. Or if he works somewhere, good luck getting a job after this. So, on that note, next thing that I think we're gonna make it a regular thing, Benji. I don't know. We talked about it. Maybe start doing local news.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, we've kind of been doing it for to some extent, but this would be good to just have a segment every single time.
And guys, one thing I can make you a promise here regarding any local news: there's a difference between facts, or I guess like quantifiable facts. Where it's like, people have done the research and all that. We're always going to try to bring you what we've seen on reliable media that we consider reliable. So, and if you have any issues, make sure you go ahead and comment. Anytime you have any grievances, if you don't think I'm as handsome as I think I am, go ahead and let me know. But yeah, so the homeless issue here in Austin. I'm in conflict with this one because I believe the homeless that I've interacted with, because, you have to deal with them when you walk downtown and you're partying. And I always take the time to really get to hear their stories anytime I give them a chance to. In my opinion, the ones we really should hold any light to are mentally unstable ones. A lot of schizos out here, schizophrenia. People that truly fall into hard times, and the people that I love the most, which, sacrifice or pay the ultimate price to make America the best, veterans. Those are the ones. Anytime you're dealing with homeless veteran, like, they deserve the utmost respect. And personally, they should put some of that budget in to train, like, cops, a group of cops, or like a squad. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what the hierarchy is.
They do that. They train them to deal with.
No, but I want a specific, what is it called? The department. Thank you, Benji. Benji has he's an English master.
That was Ted, but thank you, Ted.
Okay. Well,
credit where credit's due.
Credit's due. My squad. They should have a whole department, or, like a whole, I don't think it's a department, like a whole squad, or
a special
a branch, yeah, just like a branch where it's just strictly dealing with veterans. These guys pay the ultimate price. The VA is not the best place to really treat individual cases. They just kind of give you what they think most of them need. And I have a lot of veteran friends. I'm going to have an episode on veterans and, hear some stories and, ask their opinion of how we could help them. But those are the only ones. The veterans for sure are the ones that I give money to. And usually I ask a few questions to make sure they're not hustling me, because, homeless do hustle.
Stolen valor kind of thing.
I mean, they're homeless, bro. They're going to tell you what they want to hear. But anyway, so the homeless here in Austin has been a big problem, but the state got involved, and now the state has no more big camps in here. Let's see. It says here the plan calls for 6 teams. There you go. The city's doing things. For 6 teams operating Monday through Friday, clear encampments across most type of public spaces. I don't know about you guys, but when you have kids and you let your kids play in a local playground, and then you see a needle, then you see bags, you see broken glass.
Or even just someone lying on the bench, right?
Yeah, like a passed out.
Yeah.
And again, like, no, they're just surviving. But guys, we have the most resources. As a matter of fact, we have too many resources. And I don't know about y'all. Some of these homeless I've dealt with, especially the younger ones, yo, they want to be homeless. This might be. It's
a way of life for a lot of them.
Well,
and they go from city to city as well.
When it gets summer here, they go up north. When it gets cold north, they come down. The issue is that when you're not thoughtful or you don't think through how you're going to support your causes, some people are just bad people. It's just what it is. And some people don't want to work. Some people just want to not have responsibilities, but then they want to make it everybody else's responsibility dealing with them. Trash is a big deal. I mean, plenty of times I just been like pockets of, what do I call them, Sierra? Remember the other day in the library? Homeless stashes. And I think gamers call them, Ted, you know the name of this, homeless caches. Okay, Ted got that one anyways. But yeah, it's just like free loot on while you're like riding around Austin. You're like, yo, what is this shopping cart with all these bags and luggages? Like, and they don't care. They're just like, whatever, I'll come back for this later. But again, love your veterans, love your mentally unstable. But if you're trying to be a bum, bro, you don't have a choice. Like, just move on. And
there's plenty of opportunities that they've there's a place up north where it's a shelter that they made. It converted an old hotel.
Lots of shelters, but what happens with the shelters is they have rules, and these guys don't want rules. They want to be told. They want to bring all their baggage in. Maybe they have like a big aggressive pit bull, and they just, they don't want rules. They're homeless. Like, they don't want to deal with rules. Anyways, battle me on my comment section about this. So,
yeah, it's a controversial thing, but the little thing here says a lot of it is because of all the 311 calls that citizens have been calling in daily about it. So it's coming from the public that this is happening. Yo, if you remember, we voted on it at one point.
Shout out to APD. I love my cops. For every bad apple, there's like 10 good apples around it, okay? It's just like when you go to the grocery store, there's that one apple that has a little bit beat up on the side, but all the other apples are amazing. Most cops are good, man. They just want to protect. They just want to take care of their neighborhood. I don't really appreciate people that just like create a stigma on like officers because they're out here. We need law and order in some capacity, whether it comes from you protecting your family, your friends, your property, or whether it comes from the state or the county or the government, really, the feds. Not a fan of the feds, though, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so moving on to local news, something that's really important to me before you play the clip, Benji. Hold on. Guys, we're about to have the overlords take over AI. Texas is a big, harbor of tech companies building data centers. The problem with Texas is that we have, in majority of Texas, outside of Houston, once you get past of the heart of Texas, which is Austin, and you keep moving west, you're getting to desert, arid areas. And Benji knows this very well. By the way, if you ever come to Austin and get a pedicab and you want to sign up to a tour of Austin, Benji has been here for a long time, so he can give you the old Austin tour as well. With
I can show you where all the spots that a lot of people miss.
And Austin has changed a lot, but these overlords are not going to stop. They're going to want to, I got my reservations, I need my cat videos, okay? I want to see Frenchies kung fu fighting. I want to see cats fighting ninjas, I want to see more, AI videos, creativity. AI helps creativity. Also, it also makes you not as mentally, founded, because you rely on AI so much that you just don't even remember the stuff that the AI told you because you never looked up the research and never looked into it, guys. Shout out to millennials. Turns out that they're going to be smarter than the new generation, Gen Zers. But the Gen Zers are pretty. So, yeah, here we go. This is a clip about data centers.
We are consistently evaluating the infrastructure's ability to serve that demand, and making sure that anything that we're going to connect into our system can be connected reliably and not create an instability or reliability risk for everyday Texans. So that's in large part why all these changes that we're talking about are needed.
Infrastructure, guys, water. Like I was saying, everything west of the heart of Texas, it's monsoon season, and we have what is called 15-year floods, 20-year floods. Right now, currently, I wish I had a clip on this. I didn't even think about it, but, this is how good I am at what I do. They're actually building an aqueduct, well, allegedly an aqueduct. Who knows? Maybe they're building some silos or like an underground city here. We don't know with the government anymore. But they're allegedly building an aqueduct to be ready for all the growth that has happened in Travis County, because when those 20-year floods happen, thank you, Sophia, for letting me pet you, Gordita. Look at her. Ain't she the cutest? Once those floods come down, thankfully enough, I would say, I'm privileged enough, I moved to Austin 14, 15 years ago, and that's the last time they had one of these crazy floods. The water got up to, I think it was like 18 feet, like close, far away from the Congress and all the other bridges, Congress, Lamar, and First, and 35.
And there's a good one they built. It's actually part of the tour that we do, where it's used to be Waterloo Park. They built this giant, basically to regulate the floods.
Houston does this too. I came from Houston, and when we had Harvey brought a lot of water, and what ends up happening, which is what happens everywhere in the U.S., is what is it worth to you? So when those big floods happen, then people forget, or the city approves like flood zones to get built upon with the stipulation that they'll be safe for 15, 20 years. And if you're okay with your, properties not getting flooded in 15, 20 years, and then that flood comes and it gets flooded, then, you've hopefully been able to maximize your investment. But, these floods are no joke. I don't think most people understand that. So, but these data centers don't really, which leads us to our next clip, they only employ enough people to build them, but the human employment cost after they're built is very minimal. And they need cooling, so they need water. They need energy, so they're going to suck off the grid, which is already very strained. And I don't know about y'all. Nobody likes to pay, especially with gas prices. Nobody wants to pay more on energy. They should be, they should be paying for their share. But anyways, this is an issue. This was in the Texas Tribune, Paul Cobbler, April 14th, and he's talking about tax incentives that these data centers get that I don't think they really fit into that category. But somehow, of course, our overlords run everything, so.
This tax break, it exempts these data centers from paying sales taxes. And kind of the easiest way to explain it is if you picked up a data center and sort of just dumped it out, and kind of everything that would fall out that helps with the functioning of the data centers. So not necessarily like the office furniture, but you think of the servers, you think of the racks for the servers, you think of the microchips, and the big one, electricity use, which is one of the main things that data centers are using. And they don't have to pay the sales tax on electricity. So basically, as more and more of these data centers have come online, they've gotten larger, they've gotten more energy intensive, it has caused the value of this tax break to grow very quickly in the last 2 years.
And so let's note just how much the tax break was in 2025 and what it's projected to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just over $1 billion in fiscal year 2025. This was just this last year that would have just ended. And over the next 2 years, it's expected to be about $3.2 billion, so roughly $1.6 billion a year. I think by 2030, it's going to be $1.8 billion. And the tax experts I've talked to, they see all of these numbers as probably likely underestimates, just considering the fact that the comptroller is relying on forecast data based on old data of how many data centers there are in the state. And with so many being built so quickly, those numbers just every day are getting more and more out of date.
Thank you, Benji. Paul Cobbler, shout out to him, reporter. I think we still got some good up and coming reporters until they report on something that happens that, people with real power are behind, and then they'll try to censor them. Guys, if you support me, soon to come up, Patreon, buy me a coffee. Anyways, that you can support. As I grow, I'm going to try to bring in, people involved with government and just talk about these issues because, we really need to be in tune, guys. We can't rely on a propaganda machine, not to dog anybody. Data centers. I'm pretty sure I've read that it's a fact that half of the data centers that were planned all over the U.S. have already been canceled. We don't have the building. What was that? I hope that's tea, Benji.
Drinking some tea.
Good job. I drink Kool-Aid. What's in here is Kool-Aid, guys, by the way. It's always Kool-Aid, okay? Extra sugar, no ice. Like it strong. But yeah, these data centers, they do bring a lot of employment as they get in built, but afterwards there's very little human work. That's less people getting employed, and they're soaking up the water. I remember here the Greenbelt when I used to go, especially after a flood, because I got lucky and I got that 15, 20-year flood. Yo, the Greenbelt is fire when it's got water running. It's so much fun. They had the tree swings. You could do other things. People get hurt all the time, which is great because, things that are fun, people are always going to get hurt. That's how they're fun. But yeah, I don't know. We can't stop it, guys. All we can do is do our part and not let it become part of us, really. What is it? We is a victim if you choose to be. So the next clip before you play, Benji, the next clip is a very popular streamer. My friend Sierra loves him. She said he's a very good mentor for the youth, male youth. Clavicular. You got something to say, Sierra? You want to add on to? No? Get sent on the mic. No? Okay. Hey, you guys don't even know who I'm looking at. Sierra's beautiful, so you guys are missing out. Clavicular had a little bit of a situation where I think he was on a stream and then ended up collapsing. He does Lux Maxine.
He OD'd. He was live streaming too.
He's a plant. Lux Maxing is a very selfish perspective of taking care of yourself to just such a degree where you just ignore everybody else around you and you just focus on you. And I'm pretty sure that was one of you would know, Benji. Vanity. Wasn't vanity one of the deadly sins?
Yes. It's vanity, and that was actually the original sin that Satan had. Pride.
Hey.
Is that
Baphomet?
Is that word?
Baphomet was his actual name.
Oh yeah, but that's the original sin, pride.
How many sins? 7 sins, right?
I always think of the movie Seven.
Can you name them all?
Let's see. There's lust, gluttony,
adultery,
adultery, vanity, wrath. And because remember, that was it at the end of the movie. That was how what's in the box. And what was the other? So lust, gluttony,
greed.
Remember, that was I always think of the movie. That's the best way to remember.
Hey, whatever. And Benji's a director, so everything's a movie.
Everything's film, yeah.
I think, did you name them all?
I think so.
Yeah. So let's go.
So lust. So in the movie, it was gluttony was the first one. Oh, sloth.
Sloth, yeah.
That's the
dude,
one I missed.
Hey, everybody fights sloth right now.
Yeah, that's a hard
As
one.
your brain rot and you do what's that called? TikTok brain?
Yeah, TikTok brain and doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling. I try to work on that.
Bed rotting and doom scrolling. But see,
that's sloth. That's on the sloth.
That's part of sloth. And I loved it in the movie because he never leaves his apartment, and then the killer has him stay in the room, and he has to he eats his own tongue. Remember that part?
So ridiculous, bro.
Getting dark.
I think there's that guy from what's his name? You know the name of that actor probably from The Mummy.
Brandon Fraser,
the lead actor.
Yeah, Brendan
He made that movie where he becomes like overweight and he
The
points
Whale.
out all the whale.
We interviewed the director and the writer at the Paramount.
Yo, Benji's so plugged in. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this town is great for film.
It
There's
is
a lot of opportunities.
It is.
People to come through here.
But yeah, guys.
Darren Aronofsky, really
Guys,
good director.
if you're fitting any other, you got to keep those sins in your head, because like that's just a better way to live, to try to like fight that. That's the ego. All those sins. Would you agree, Menji? All those sins are the ego pretending to help you or want.
And pride is the first one. It's belief that you're better than God. It's the belief that you're thinking, well, he doesn't understand. I know better. And we all do it.
Shout out to Pride, Puerto Rico, best country ever.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a different kind of pride. Different usage of the word, but yeah.
Yeah, so Clavicular OD'd on the stream, apparently. In a little context, just to say, Clavicular's probably got a little bit of he's artistic. And this is a clip from one of these with Togi, which I love Togi because he's borderline, not smart. But somehow he believes in himself and he's made it. So believe in yourself. But this is one of these financial podcasts, and they ask him about Clav superpower, and the clavicular is probably artistic.
Do you actually think Clavicular is autistic?
I guarantee you he's autistic. Everything he does screams, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, bro, and also his older videos, just like how he handles social interactions. Have you seen a video of him? There's a camera and he's like trying to get the pizza, and then he sees the camera looking at him trying to get the pizza, and he just like gives up on the pizza. Like, there's social cues like that. No regular, not autistic person is gonna act that way in social situations. Like, and I think being autistic is great. It just, for most people is a superpower.
That's what I think too.
So I think definitely autistic, and also definitely a good thing.
Artistic people run the world. I was going to say that. And I would agree with that.
There's a big trend now where everybody's autistic.
I mean, they could be.
Yeah, I feel like
to a capacity.
There is a spectrum. I mean, there's a spectrum with sexuality, the Kinsey spectrum, and then there's the spectrum with our intellect. I mean, I think that is true, but it's just everybody calling themselves autistic.
Lobotomy in the 50s, I think, is when they allowed lobotomy.
They would put in your skull
an ice pick that would poke it through your nose and just poke your brain until they thought like, oh, that disability went away, but it would alter your personality. So it like really brought on the science and the study of neuroscience of like what, and this is the most important part in my opinion, what is a disability and what is a personality trait?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
And what is personality?
What is the self?
Yeah, exactly. Good. Like, why are we some people unique why are we not always just the same? Like,
what is it normal? Be normal. Mm-hmm. I'm probably as normal as it gets because, Puerto Rican, pretty much closest it gets to being perfect. But I agree with Togi. Togi, not the hero we wanted when it comes to streamer, but the hero that was needed because he's actually pretty funny and like believes in himself too.
The hero we deserved.
Zero that we are, yeah. People like him, Nick Fuentes too. They're just causes to our environment. It's just what it is. But I would agree with Togi, and this is a clip that lets me to agree. Not trains, but
Oh, actually, penguins? Yeah. Let's go down here. Oh my God. Oh, why don't they go in the water? These goblins. Why don't they go in the water?
Why would you ask that question? Yo, those mannerisms alone is all I needed to see to realize. I go, yo, he's definitely artistic. Like, it's like people get fixated on certain things, and I have a lot of really good friends. And I don't know, people that have that like higher, what I considered.
He just seems high to me in that video. He just seems high.
Well, that's the thing. This is what leads us onto this. He's looks maxing, which means where about, in my opinion, this is a personal opinion. Looks maxing means where about long-term effects and consequences of using your accessibility to chemicals and, ability to self-improve in any capacity, to be the best version of yourself. And then, hopefully everything works out and then you can deal with the consequences later. But, anytime you change the self, just like when you're getting a nice pick in your nose, lobotomy, you got to give some to gain some. And you just got to make sure you stay true to yourself of those things that you're giving up or that you're willing to give up. So he suffers a situation, doing a lot of things. And the reason I'm talking about him in this, we as victim. What you doing over there? When we put the backstage camera, we can't be doing that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We is a victim. I think Clavicular is a victim to his sudden fame, whether he's a plant or whether he's organically made. He's a consequence of a sick environment, because this is just what happens when people have too much time in their hands. They become focused. They become focused on, what is it called? Their selfishness. What was the sin? The ego? Vanity.
It's pride, basically.
Pride, vanity, ego.
The original sin of Lucifer.
Yo, how handsome do you need to be, guys? You can only do so much, and you should always practice. Shout out to one of my episodes, Dangers of Gratitude. Practice gratitude. Be gracious for just who you are and what you have. Did I make you feel bad? And just be grateful for who you are. When I wake up every morning, after I get up the fact that I have to do life again, I look at myself in the mirror and I go, hey, guy. Not IggyThaMan, my real name. None of y'all will ever know it, because, that's for the government to know. Dang. At least you have a podcast. At least you have friends that you like. At least you have friends that support you. You know how to dress. You have a great beard. Little things like that matter, because when you repeat them every morning, you're already starting your day with abundance mindset. So shout out to that episode. Go ahead and watch it. I don't even know the number of that episode. We'll figure it out later. But yeah, so this is his Clavicular's first stream after he got out of the hospital. And before we play it, what's crazy is he literally was supposed to do a club opening that he was getting paid for, and he showed up to the club opening. But I do think he's being very sincere. He's calling it live maxing or health maxing.
Live maxing? Feeling good, dude. I'm chilling. Man. We're back. Got back at 6 a.m. yesterday, so I'm good. Don't worry about me, boys. What happened? Nothing. I'm not gonna really get into it too much. Don't really want to talk about it, not gonna lie. Don't really want to talk about that. But I ain't gonna be doing any of that shit anymore. What's that? My phone? I rebooted. I saw on Twitter people were going nuts. In the hospital, what are you gonna do after
you gotta be a man and handle business just because you mess up.
Opening. And they were like, I don't think you should go. I think you should take it easy, rest.
He almost looked dehydrated.
I was like, dude, you gotta be on the grind.
No, well, I mean, bro, when you're in that big of a strain, and this is where I think he pertains to the subject that we're talking about, he's become a victim to his own success. That fast money has long-term consequences. And, this is when it's very important to have a strong foundation of peers and people that like you and support you, because, if you don't have that, you're going to lose the self, the real self, that third face that we talk about on that same clip. That face you look at in the mirror every morning and you go, do I know who this person is? So yeah, you could be a victim by someone. Somebody made you a victim because of something that was beyond your control. But you could also be a victim of your own success, or a victim of your own environment, and a victim of, not being ready or not really knowing, being prepared for the blessings. When those blessings come and you practice gratitude and you practice abundance, you're going to receive blessings. And that's why you have to practice you have to practice gratitude and live in abundance, because how else are you going to recognize those blessings? Clavicular has been blowing up really fast. I think he has a good message for the most part, but he's young. Let's give him a chance.
I think this probably was good for his career. You remember with Jake Paul, whenever he did that thing in Japan? I didn't know who he was.
Bro, but
he made the national news. He apologizes.
And there's always a positive and every negative, and I think.
Yeah. And how he handles this.
Well,
Jake Paul handled that really well.
He's a Disney actor. He's going to give you what he needs to say to be on top, whether he believes it or not. I think in general, there's always a positive. You just have to look really hard. And that's how you practice not being a victim, is by always finding the positive in every negative. There's always a positive. And a positive that happened, societal, was, I think a lot of American, and pertaining to Jake Paul, probably mostly males, but Americans, we're the best. And sometimes we take that for granted, and we go to other countries and we act like Americans, and you have to understand cultures and how people treat. And what was something? Etiquette. Etiquette is very important. Shout out to my boy Ted, because he taught me etiquette in golf. And he said, you could be a mediocre player in golf at the golf course, but if you know etiquette, people that are top tier players, high value people that just play golf all the time, they would rather spend time playing with you, no matter how bad you are, as long as you're grateful for the etiquette and you show that respect on those etiquettes. Bring back home ec class. We gotta make it mandatory for middle school children to have an etiquette class. Benji, what do you think about that? You used to be a teacher.
I think it's a great idea. I think I took etiquette when I was in middle school.
Why did they do away with it?
I think they do in certain circles, but
probably private school.
Yeah, and it was private. Yeah. Actually, no, I think it was public.
It was. I took. I didn't take that. I took Dickinson Middle School. I took welding.
Nice.
And I did welding. I did really good. And the craziest thing, hood school. You're gonna like the story.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra, I never told you the story. A kid brought a taser to class and was showing it to everybody. Being a kid, thinking that no, all it takes is one snitch. And of course, somebody got scared because it was a boys' class. No, can't remember. I think it might have been, no, I think there was like one or two girls actually, yeah. And of course, at the end of the class, we do, the meeting at the beginning. We go to the shop. We do our welding exercises, and then we come back in the class. And the teacher literally starts talking, and he says nothing. After everybody here, okay, cool, everybody be quiet. Goes right off to the student and goes, give it to me. And of course, everybody's staring. And you could just, we're kids. We think we know better, but he just give it to me. And the student had to give him the taser. And shout out to that teacher, because he did obviously legally had to tell the school and the middle school about it and all that. But the teacher vouched for him and goes, hey, he's a good student. He made a dumb mistake. And, it was just, kids being kids, man.
It's very common. I had that happen when I was sub one time. And the kid, we'd kind of become friends. I was like a long-term sub, and he showed me the knife, and I was like, come over here, let's,
Hey, why don't I hang on to that?
I tried not to embarrass him.
Of course.
He did. I was like, I said it to the other teacher when I told them what happened. I was like, he doesn't realize this is a problem. Let's just not embarrass him, but let's make sure he knows that he cannot bring his weapon to.
When I started going to the high school, not the year that I went to the high school I went to, but like before, because it was kind of like out there.
Yeah.
South of Houston, way out in the boonies. Like country boys used to have their shotgun in their trucks, like on an old mount on the cab of their trucks because I was like, yo, they're hunters, they go out hunt, like they do things. And it's just society changes, you know, but, you know, it's up to you or the people that are willing to fight for those changes, whether they're good changes or not. Don't be a victim. Don't let yourself be a victim of yourself. Don't let yourself be a victim of someone else. Don't let yourself be a victim of the people that you hold dear, because everybody has a place, but should they be close to your heart? Should they be arm's length? Or should they be like back there where you just deal with them here and there?
I like that philosophy. I think it's a good theme for our episode today, because when you're a victim, you give away your power. You're basically like, oh, don't hurt me. I'm, you know.
Or I wouldn't even say that. I think like
people think it's a way to get power, but it's
I don't want even that. I think in modern day, well, maybe, yeah, that's a big thing. But I think also nowadays is people allow themselves to be victim on the guys that, well, they know best. Well, that person is PhD in social anthropology, yeah. It's like, yo, like, what do you mean? That person's been in school their whole time and learning all these things, but what about the person that's experienced all those things in real life?
That's right.
And that's the balance.
Different kind of education.
Again, don't be a victim.
School of hard knocks.
That's right. In the trenches.
They call it streets.
That's why I wear my food shiesty, bro. Just saying.
Yeah.
If it's 90 degrees and somebody's walking at 2 a.m. with a food shiesty in their face, yeah, I'm going to stay away from that person. I'm going to let logic take over. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of the segment. We is victim, if you allow it to. And now, like always, we have a few feel-good clips. The last one, I had to fight Benji about it. He said I shouldn't show it, but I like it. But first, we're going to talk about, again, golfing is very important. Benji, go ahead and do a little zoom with the camera here. Wait, where is it? Ted, who was this? You want to give us a little context on the golfer?
That's Tom Watson.
So golf is very dear to me because it's one of those sports where athleticism, you can play the longest. You have to be disciplined to a capacity, but you also have to relax. And that's the hardest part. Just to relax, because it's just you making contact and challenging yourself to be the best. So yeah, we're going to talk about number one golf course where they host the Masters. Masters just happened. And this is a story about how the course Masters happened by Benji, can you give a shout out to the person?
Also, big congrats to Rory, 2-time champ.
Oh, shout out to Rory. Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Give that person a shout out. What is it? I can't read it. Vice Sports?
Yes, it's Vice Sports on Instagram.
Yeah, Vice died out because they stayed too woke instead of adapting.
100%.
But this
they had a message, and with these kind of things, it's okay to have a message, but when you start ramming it down people's throats, at certain points they just tune out. So that's kind of what happened, I think.
Okay. The founder was Ted Clifford Roberts. And what was the name of the banker that bought it after?
Well, I'm not sure. The guy who was with Cliff Roberts was Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones. So Bobby Jones was the one that, and this guy talks about it. So let's just watch the clip and I'll comment here and there. We would have already played Benji. It's fun.
Did you know the co-founder of the Masters took his own life on the course in the middle of the night with a revolver at the place that he had built and loved the most? He built Augusta National with Bobby Jones, who was the most famous amateur player in golf at the time. But Clifford Roberts grew up with nothing: poverty, instability, and no roots. His father was erratic and moved the family all over and walked in front of a train to take his own life. His mother suffered from many ailments as well, and eventually walked outside in the middle of the night and took her own life, leaving an apology note to each of her children. At 16, Roberts accidentally knocked a lamp over and burned his family's house down, causing them great stress in an already unstable time. He got drafted into the Army in 1918 at the end of World War I, and his basic training was in Augusta, Georgia, the first place that he fell in love. Later, he became a Wall Street broker. The market would eventually crash, and we would be entering the Great Depression. But he met Bobby Jones, and they dreamed up building a course in Augusta, Georgia. But for Roberts, this was never really about the prestige. It became a lot about belonging, and it became the home that he never really had. And the Masters was the one thing he could really control. He spent much of his adult life exercising that control to near perfection, building one of the best golf tournaments of all time,
Obsessive
and arguably the
compulsive,
best sporting
probably.
event in the world. He did so for 40 years, but his health started declining. He had a stroke, and he started showing early signs of dementia. So, after meeting with doctors, he flew to Augusta and made a decision. He got a haircut, he ate his favorite meal, he got some new pajamas. He wrote a note of an apology and included that in his pocket
wonder if those
along with his
pajamas
medical
were
records to
Gucci.
show that he still had agency over his
Gucci
health.
brand
And right
pajamas.
about 3 a.m., overlooking the place
I
that
would
he
like
loved
to
the
know what
most, he
pajamas
chose
he,
the
like,
place,
took
he
his
chose
own
the
iPhone.
moment, he exercised that will one more time. The Masters has never officially recognized how he died, but the next time you go to a Masters party, you can win the trivia contest by saying,
So in my opinion, and I'm just saying this, both him and his wife took their own life. And I'm going to say it out here. Oh, his mother.
It was his mother.
His mother.
And they say that, your role models are your parents. And it probably was once he got dementia.
I'm going to say they probably had life insurance policies and they were like, hey,
I didn't think of it that way.
Hey, let me go out the right way. Shout out life insurance, guys. You got to get it. You don't want to burden people
It's
with.
just often very, I don't know, people that when they, Robin Williams, when he found out that his mind was going, Hemingway, he couldn't remember anything. And so.
Yo, I'm going,
it's
like,
very common.
especially, like, yo, when you go out, when your mind fails like that.
Yeah.
I mean, low-key, like, you're in control. You decide to be like, hey, I'm going to do the things my way.
It's almost like you're saying this is my last act as a conscious.
And hopefully if you do that and pursue that, I'm pretty sure they both probably had life insurance policies because that's what wealthy people do. But yeah, so the next clip we're going to have on that, just to give you a perspective of the, not privilege, but the aura behind Augusta. And I've known so much about golfing thanks to my instructor, Ted, that you guys have been listening to. I'm sorry, not Ted. Theodore is his name. Should I go in the last name too? This next clip hopefully gives you a sense on the obsessiveness that I've never been. Hopefully one day I'll go to the Masters, ideally. But just to give you an idea.
Definitely on my bucket list.
My bucket list is too big, bro. It's ridiculous. I'll do a podcast on accomplishing Iggy's bucket list if you guys support me. Patreon, buy me a coffee. I'm gonna let Ted give us a little context on this. Hold on, Ted. Hold on, Cochino. It's a very etiquette heavy golf course that you have to. I mean, come on, bro. It's just like being an American. It should carry value when you go, I'm an American. So when you say, hey, I got to play in Augusta, it carries value. Like, it automatically, like, people think about it. But give us a little context on this clip.
It's more or less the fact that their proudest thing to say is that it's a traditional, unlike
Hold the
anything
stem.
else.
Hold the stem so that doesn't fall off.
So, more or less, I'm pretty sure that the individual asking Phil Mickelson here a question is basically asking, like, what kind of shape is he expecting the golf course to be in prior to the tournament? And Phil's response is essentially this, which is to give you an idea of the manpower behind
just the standard, just the high level. Thank you, Ted. Just the high level of standard that they hold that golf course into. Don't be rushing me, Ted. It's my damn podcast. You're out here rolling your fingers, telling me to move on. Benji, check your boy back there, bro. You're gonna tell me how to run my podcast. I love Ted. He's my best friend. He's my brother. Click, 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 click.
I'll give you a little Augusta story, if I may. Well, we got a minute.
Phil Mickelson.
Speaking of trees going down, I was playing a
Mickelson.
practice round there one year. It was 2 weeks
Phil Mickelson.
prior to the tournament. probably nobody
Guys,
even
I'm
knows
Puerto
that
Rican.
this happened.
I'm
but
ESL.
2 weeks prior to the
system,
tournament,
so.
I'm playing the 11th hole. I'm back lining up my tee shot, and I see this tree on the left fall over right in the middle of the fairway, crash down, like right by the group in front of us. And, I mean, they were probably 100 yards away. This massive Georgia pine comes down, rips up the fairway, and so forth. So by the time I had walked from my tee shot into the fairway, I could hear on the walkie-talkie, get off of 2, get to 11, get off of 4, get to 11. And these
Mexicans, probably
100
Mexicans.
workers. I mean, I don't know how many. There were a number of workers like piling in, racing to this tree,
They cut
firing
the
up
best
the chainsaws, started cutting this thing down. So now the limbs, by the time I walk off of 11 green, all the limbs of the tree have been cut off and put on a truck. On the back of like these carts. By the time I got to 15, I looked down. They were cutting up the trunk, and the entire tree was being brought away. And by the time I got done and get back to 18T, and I looked down.
Fire mid books.
They're resodding the fairway. Like nobody knew. You couldn't tell 2 days later this had happened. And I just thought, like, if that was my home course back, that tree would still be there like 3 weeks later. And they had this thing removed. Like, it was one of the most impressive things I had seen, like their ability to handle stuff like that. So I'm sure the course is going to be in great shape.
My golf instructor, he doesn't want to be named anymore. My friend, my brother, my compadre, the guy that yells at me when I'm not doing things right on the golf course. A little glimpse on the granular etiquette, because I'm all about fundamentals. Shout out to Elon Musk for teaching me, if you want to learn something the right way, it's going to take longer, but always learn fundamentals. Something about etiquette is when you're swinging your club and you carve up the grass, like, throw that sand on it, like push it down. Don't be that guy that just like messes up the grass and doesn't like pat it down. Like, take care of your environment, because that's what etiquette is. You're doing something that everybody enjoys doing. And if everybody has the same perspective and the same passion and the same love about that outlet that they are all sharing, it's a better experience. So this is etiquette, guys. Etiquette is very difficult. Hey, Benji, want to look up the definition of etiquette real quick, just so we can get, because again, fundamentals are everything. So let's start with the definition for those of you guys that don't know the definition of what etiquette is. Benji, you could just ask Siri.
I got it. Etiquette is a set of social norms, rules, and conventions that govern polite behavior, helping individuals interact with respect and consideration, often described as manners.
Manners, guys. You know how many problems and altercations you could avoid if you just have manners? I try to have manners here. Hopefully soon we'll do some episodes that you have to pay on the paywall, and then I could just use a much more rambunctious vocabulary, especially with Benji. Benji's taught me some curse words that most people don't even know are curse words because they never heard them, but that's why I love the guy. So moving on, finishing off the golfing section of this Feel Good clip. When was this? When did this happen? Look up when it happened. Charlie Wood's first ever hole-in-one.
An unforgettable shot and special father-son moment for Tiger and Charlie at the 2024 PNC Championship.
And before you play it, shout out to Tiger's, I imagine the baby mama of Charlie, for not taking any disrespect and chasing down Tiger with the golf club as he's trying to back up on the driveway, because that's a woman that really knows her worth, and she's like, you gonna make me look bad? Anyways, Charlie Wood's first ever hole-in-one. Let's go.
Really good contact. This is a great looking shot if it's the right number.
Oh, it is the right number.
Oh my!
There's a father-son tournament.
How old is he? Ted, do you know how old he is?
I don't know. I think he's 14.
Bro, he's so shocked. Look at him. He's like, did that just happen?
His father
I love this moment. Watch this.
not watching.
Oh, that's so great.
He had to take a break for a second, comes back.
Yeah. Big people game. Big people. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Brace. A hole in one for the kid.
Ted, you promise you give me a hug like that when I do my hole in one?
Right there, the tiger showing.
So yeah, man, come on, great father and son moment. What better like feel good clip than that? That's amazing, guys. Sharing an outlet, especially an outlet that a friend of yours that you hold very dear, that's willing to open up to letting you share it with them. This is why you need a support system, a strong foundation of people. Just like with Benji, I would have never been able to do any of this without Benji, to articulate myself in a capacity with the vocabulary that is not indicative of the attire that I wear.
Tell us about the what you're wearing today, like your new.
Oh, the Fushaisti, I told you. This is the, I don't want to say it. This is the criminal attire, basically.
Oh, I see.
If you're not on the slopes and you're wearing a Fushaisti, man, and it's not like
slopes, yeah.
and it's not like really, really cold, like, you know, your face is freezing. Yo, like, why is that person wearing a Fushaisti, man? You know what? Let's just stay away from the Fushaisti. Common sense, guys. Everybody lacks so much common sense. And you cannot be asking ChatGPT, is this a circumstance common sense? Because ChatGPT doesn't know what common sense is. It's not an AI, it's an AI. So we're not there yet. So, something that I had to fight Benji that he didn't want me to post, but I found a very good, feel-good story to finish up in the strongest of high positive notes. It's a group of Down syndrome individuals that were having a hard time getting employed, and they obviously had a strong support system, whether it was their parents or their peers. They were like, yo, you guys like pizza? Let's make pizza. And they started, they not only started this pizzeria, they now employ 23 people within the same spectrum as them. Look at that. That's fire. Look at that. Come on, guys. Like,
it's a great story.
Yo, we got to look what this is at. Where does this say? Benji, we're going to find where this is, this pizzeria, and give them a shout out. Because this is pretty awesome. God. Anyways, yo, shout out to that, guys. Like, see, these guys refuse to be victims in any capacity. And they had good people around them that really just, like, guided them. And when you have the right people around you, good things come to you. Live in abundance. Do gratitude. Appreciate your blessings. And something I'll add to that is you only get things when you give up things. So know what you're willing, what your risk tolerance is to give up things, okay? And the things that you're willing to give up to gain new opportunities.
It looks like it's in Buenos Aires, I guess.
Buenos Aires, Argentina?
Yeah, that's in
Argentina. Wait, no. Sierra, Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina.
Argentina, culeros. You might have to block culeros, actually. Said it twice. Guys, thank you so much. Another episode. Make sure you follow me on Rumble, Instagram, freaking Facebook, all the mediums. Soon to go up Patreon. Soon to have a paywall or members where you get to see the people that hang out in the background and you get to see backstage. But thank you so much. And yeah, appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks, y'all.
Come here.